Welcome back to another episode of the Fifth Quarter Podcast. I'm your host, Marcus Jones, the Bluff City Cowboy, coming to you live from Memphis, Tennessee. And we are back at a special time. And we also have a very special guest joining us. You've seen her on DallasCowboys.com. You've seen her all over the Twitterverse. You've seen her featured on several high-profile Cowboys podcasts. We have the one and only Miss Iisha Morrison joining us tonight. Thank you for joining.
Oh, hello. I'm happy to be here. We've been talking about this for a little while now. So for us
Yeah,
to finally get together, I'm excited to talk some ball with you.
absolutely. I'm definitely glad you were able to carve out a few minutes to talk some Cowboys football with me.
Yeah.
All right, so before we get started, thank you everybody who's watching. As you guys know, this is an interactive show, so feel free to get in the comments. Let me know your questions. Let me know your thoughts. Any questions you have, we'll try to get to all of them. We're going to try to definitely hold this to 30 minutes because I don't want to take up too much of her time. So we're going to go through some training camp notes, get her ideas and thoughts on what's been taking place. And then we will go to the comments. I see I got my guy Keystone joining us, longtime viewer. I always appreciate you tuning in. See, we got Professor O in the building.
What?
Thank you for joining. Professor O is actually the first person who told me to start following you. And I've
Oh
been
yeah,
following you
Matt is my
consistently ever since.
guy. Matt is my guy. Matt has been a teacher to me
All of
early in
us.
my film learning career. So I appreciate him. That's my guy.
All right, before we get started, for those of you watching on Facebook, make sure you go over to YouTube at some point, hit that subscribe button. For those of you watching on YouTube, if you get a chance, come over to Facebook, to the DC4L Facebook page. We're 30,000 strong, a strong admin base, no hate speech, no bullying, just a safe space for Cowboys fans to talk Cowboys football. So for those of you on YouTube, make sure that you join us at DC4L. And for those of you watching on X, when you get a chance, come over to YouTube, come over to Facebook, get in those comments. We would love to hear your thoughts about all the topics that we discuss. And lastly, again, I see we got William Wiggins in the building. Thank you for joining us. Interactive show. Don't have to pay any stars. Don't have to send me any money. You put a comment up. We're going to try our best to get to all of them.
Matt gotta let this beef go with Rowdy.
He will not let that go.
He been trying to beat down Rowdy since I met him.
Absolutely.
He do not like him.
All right, so let's get into it. First of all, we had a rundown, but then we got some big news that hit a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Contract signing of Quinnen Williams. How shocked were you that the Cowboys actually did something like this? Because this is not a normal move for this franchise.
I would say I was shocked, but when Nicole Lynn touches down, she's typically here for business. She's typically there for business. And we saw her a couple days before, sitting on the sidelines, kind of talking to the Joneses and stuff. And there also was some mention early in camp from Shoddy and Steven and those guys about, the question was posed like, hey, people getting paid, these defensive tackles are getting paid. Does that incentivize you at all to get Quinnen Williams taken care of? And Steven's just very, absolutely. I'm like, oh, well, Steven, who is this? And he was like, and just his certainty in that was like, okay. And then I saw Nicole and I was like, okay, well, maybe they're trying to get this taken care of sooner than later and free up some money for them to make some decisions, maybe before the season starts if they need to.
Right. So since you bring that up, what do you think they may do with that space? Any thoughts in mind in terms of free agents or trades?
I mean, obviously defensive end is the talk. Kind of getting a better feel for what they have in the room at this point. You're a little bit past midpoint in camp, I guess now. So yeah, I think that they have a better gist of what they have, and maybe we do too. And yeah, you could have another guy in that room. Linebacker, it's so weird because like it's day to day for me.
Yeah.
Like some days I'm like, oh, they're not gonna die, and then some days I'm like, no, we might need another linebacker-esque body in here. And so those would be my two areas of focus. I would have said I think the running back room is still a room where I think they're trying to sort out who's who, because I think
Right.
they're looking for some particular things from their running back room this year. So yeah, running back, defensive end, linebacker.
Okay. So,
Mhm.
in an interview with Stephen Jones, he mentioned specifically linebacker and corner. Do you think that was a smokescreen?
Corner is kind of like I would corner was a discussion at the start of camp. I think I would believe that with how Rebel has come along, you've
Hmm.
seen Deron Bland look himself. You've also gotten the opportunity to see Kobe Durant have a
Yeah.
good camp as well. But there's some of the other guys down the roster that you're like, okay, they've shown some flashes as well. Where's my roster sheet, as a matter of fact?
What
uh
position are you trying to look at?
no, I just wanted to look at the DBs because I don't want to miss
Oh,
anybody. Yeah, there they
well,
are.
I got all the corners right here
Oh, I appreciate you.
because I was going to ask you a question about this also.
Hmm. Okay, yes, thank you. So, God, Devin Moore makes me sad because I thought he was trending and having a good camp, and him having that groin really did it for me. Zion
Yeah.
Childress is out. Reddy Stewart sounds like he's had a steady camp. I think he's a good backup. I think he's someone that I could definitely not guarantee, but feel like he for sure can make the roster because he's kind of that veteran that's been here.
Yeah.
Darion Kendrick, kind of been a mixed bag from him from what I've heard. I think preseason gonna be huge for him. Kalen Carson, kind of at the beginning of camp. I don't know how you feel, how you heard about him, Marcus, but at the beginning of camp seemed like he was showing some signs, but haven't heard a lot about him.
Right.
Amir Speed has had some good plays on the ball. He's very lengthy. I think that the scouts and coaches like his build, maybe, his body. And
Oh,
Josh
yeah. He's a
Butler,
prototype.
yeah, yeah. And Josh Butler returning from, that ACL seems like he's had some flashes. He's really feisty, more of a press man corner. So I think that there is some conversation, after those first three guys of who's going to be the next spot. And I see that you have it up there. Like, who is taking this sixth spot?
Absolutely. So while
Who?
we're there, who do you think is the leading leader of the pack for that last corner spot?
Who? Man, it's difficult. It's difficult. I would think it would be Reddy Stewart. And
Okay.
again, I think it would be Reddy Stewart just because he is the person that they have been using as now. Kobe Durant makes this kind of weird because I think he can do nickel things, but Reddy Stewart is the nickel after that. So I feel like with how important that is to the scheme, maybe they want somebody that has done it before.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah.
I would say Reddy Stewart right now, but again, I don't have eyes down at camp. Maybe
Right.
there's another gentleman that's edging for that spot right now. Have you heard anything, or is there anybody that you think we should be looking at?
I've heard that Reddy Stewart's been playing some more safety. So
Interesting.
that flexibility definitely will help his chance to make the team because Parker has preached flexibility out
Yes.
of his DBs or out of his defense. So him playing a second position and
Mhm.
getting some work there definitely give him a leg up on some of the other guys. Me personally, I'm a big special teams person. I'm one of those nerds that I love watching special teams.
Oh,
So
that's why y'all be having all those stats. Okay, go ahead.
yeah. So when I look at the last roster spot, I'm always focused on who's special teams.
Mm,
So if there's a guy who's the personal protector, I don't care. He's automatically on the team. If you're a
okay.
gunner or a jammer, you're gonna have a better chance than anybody else.
Wow.
So when I'm watching the preseason games, I'm looking at if any of those DBs are the personal protector, gunner, or jammer. And
This is corner, right? We're talking about corner.
I'm just talking about corner, yeah. But that's any position though. I don't know who the gunner or the jammer would be, but if that position is at those positions, especially personal protector on punt team, that guy's guaranteed a roster spot.
Maybe then in that case, then I'm gonna keep an eye on Josh Butler.
Okay.
because he's been around. Josh Butler has weathered the storm. He's been around.
Yeah.
And he's played special teams. He's been around with Bones and those guys. He's been on those crews. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm definitely curious. I'm definitely curious about it now. That's what preseason's gonna be for too, for us to see more of them. Yeah.
Yeah. From that aspect, the only person I know in the secondary group that I've seen play special teams is Darion Kendrick. He did it with the Rams. He did it with the Seahawks.
So okay, so yeah, so like again, like that seems like it matters. Like clearly it matters. So we'll see who's. I should have asked somebody who the first team was.
Yeah,
because I know that Barron is a part of
right
first team special teams, and that's gonna help him. So I'm like, I should ask somebody who the DBs was. Barnacles. I'm gonna ask.
I would love to know who the personal protector is on punt.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out.
That's the one. Like you're the quarterback of special teams at that position, so
I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna be nosy and find out.
I appreciate that.
I'll let you know when I do.
All right. Okay, so talking about joint practice, I know there was a lot of hype about the practice. Everybody's talking about it yesterday. What did you hear about the joint practice that we may not have kind of seen on Twitter, or some stuff that you may have saw that you can kind of summarize and your thoughts on it?
I mean, I think the biggest thing I took from the practice is the focus and how serious they are. I shouldn't laugh because I want them to be serious. But I mean, they was barking at these dudes. They were talking crazy to them, immediately. Dak talking about them,
the clocks.
Yeah, they clocks and stuff. I'm like, so for me, I think it was the focus and the intensity that they started off with, and that was tone setting, because when I was there last year, and I was at the practice last year, that's the energy the Rams had when they came.
Yeah.
And I think you also get a little bit of you're not at home, you're away. This is an away practice. So it really was, I think, the energy overall from the team, and then being intense and wanting to come out there and set a tone was one of my favorite parts about the practice. I think the other takeaway for me, I liked from what we heard that it seemed balanced. Yes, there were spots where it sounds like the defense was able to have multiple dominating type plays, but that is a good team. That's a good team. This team is one of the favorites for the Super Bowl, if not the favorite for the Super Bowl right now. And you were able to, I'm sure, expose some of their deficiencies. Because when you listen to, I don't know if you watch Sean McVay after.
I did.
Baby, you could tell that he was not happy with the output. I think he felt like it was a good practice, but I think you could tell that he wanted it to to be better for his guys. And again, it is a practice sequence, but this is the only opportunity you get to see your ones. So they need to get up. Yeah. They need to wake up. This is not it's practice, yes, but you want them to take this seriously. And I think the Cowboys, it took the Rams a little while, it seems like, to be okay, let's match their energy. And then that's where in that second sequence, shout out to Nick Harris from the Fort Worth Star Telegram, breaking down play by play for us. That second sequence or team period is when I think the Rams were able to kind of get into a rhythm and stuff. But the Cowboys initially were there to say hello, it seems like, and I like that energy from them. I do.
So I see Matt put a comment up about Justin Barron having the practice of a lifetime with 3 interceptions. What do you think about him as a player, and how do you think that helps his chances of getting that 5th or 6th linebacker spot?
Well, I think this, obviously, like I said, I think the special teams is what helps his chances a lot. The safety background, obviously, he has that long, kind of tall frame. Because you look at DeMarvion Overshown, he's kind of lean, lanky type. Barron's his body is similar to Overshown's to me, in a sense. So he's able to. I think one thing I've noticed about Christian Parker is he's not a defensive coordinator, or with his DBs. He doesn't care about a small DB or a smaller DB, but his linebackers, it feels like he likes for them to have some length because a lot of his scheme is spacing and deception with spacing. You know what I'm saying? Like you think this window is not going to be tight, but it is because my guy has, my guy has the radius. Yes, to get there. Yeah. So I do think with the linebacker position for him, he does care about some of that, which is why I think he's excited about someone like an Overshown, where we're like, does he have the weight to sustain and stuff and really run at the mic as much as you want? I think he might like the fact that the guy can take up some space. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I think that Justin Barron, I like his fire. I like his attitude. I like how and I think that's why he's thriving in special teams because he's a little crazy.
Yeah. That safety background.
He's a little, And I think they like that as well. But obviously instinctive. I feel like Stetson Bennett wasn't seeing him because of the scheme. I think it's because of some of the stuff that they're doing in the front where they're, simulating blitzes and stuff. And again, it's just a practice, but that's this coordinator's scheme. Like it doesn't have to be fancy, but I'm sure they did stem. They stemmed. They did all this different stuff. Like that's his scheme. So if Stetson Bennett being a young quarterback and still trying to get a field, that probably was throwing him because again, it makes sense. He kept throwing it to the linebacker.
Yeah.
Of course, this scheme is supposed to confuse you in the middle of the field. So yes. So anyway, I say that to say, I think it was the scheme and him being in the right place. I'm glad that he had a good practice. I'm paying attention to him a little more now. I know people have been talking about him, but I hadn't really seen enough for me to be like, oh. But ball skills at the linebacker position are valuable. So let's see what else he got. Let's see what else he got. Because a lot of linebackers don't have ball skills. They're not. But the safety background allows that for him. So let's see if that's something we see in preseason as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know we focus a lot on defense, but on offense, and I know this one's kind of been another hot button topic around social media, but Jaden Blue with the fumble. I mean, we heard a lot of positive stuff the past week and a half at Cowboys camp. You get your first real tryout against another team and you put the ball in the ground. I think we talked off air about the running back position, but what do you think that does for him? Like, we've had him penciled in as the number 2 right now. Does that make us go back to the drawing board and look for another back or make another back on the team step up in the pecking order?
Well, they're already doing that. But it doesn't help him.
Yeah.
My thing about Jaden Blue is that I don't believe if he is going to be in your system, you're going to have to hide him somehow. And I don't think that you have time to do that. Yes, I think he's gotten better in pass protection, all of those things. Last year, to me, it seemed like he was preparing for contact. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know absolutely.
I mean? And
that's not the type of back that this game is looking
but with
for.
the fumbling, sometimes people think that fumbling is like mindless, like, oh, they're just accidentally doing it. Sometimes fumbling is like them overthinking.
Yeah.
And so for me, I don't like it. I don't like it because that was something that, although this offense was awesome last year, baby, they put that ball on the ground way too many times.
Absolutely.
Tight ends, running backs, everybody. The ball was put on the ground way too many times. And it's crazy that they were able to still be successful as an offense with the fumbling at the 1 yard line and all this stuff. Like, hey, hey guys, hey, stop doing that. Please stop. We fighting for our life for good starting field position. We're not getting no turnovers. We got to drive the length of the field every time. And you get to the 1, the 2, the 3, whatever, and you fumble. Can't have it. Can't have it.
Yeah.
So I'm not even just coming down on Jaden Blue. This was a team problem to me last year. Hell no. They need to figure it out.
Yeah.
And honestly, they might feel how I feel, and that might not be helping him. But Mafa and Israel Benaconda, those guys have had good practices too. So it's like, and I know Mafa had a fumble as well a few days ago.
Yeah.
So again, I haven't heard Israel have any fumbling issues so far, but I don't think that there's room for it, and I don't think they're gonna tolerate it either because it hurt them last year. The fumbling,
Absolutely.
the fumbling. So I don't like it for him. I wish it wasn't like something that has been a thing for him. Because it was a thing for him in college, if I'm not
College, yeah.
mistaken.
It was.
Hopefully he can shake it off, and we'll see what he can do. But
That's
fumbles are dejecting. You a football guy?
Mm-hmm.
Fumbles are dejecting.
Yeah. Turnovers in general. No
Turnovers
matter how
in
they
general,
come. Yeah.
but fumbles I don't know. It's something about a fumble that just be who. And then it's always the running back look all sad, going to the sideline, and he sitting there looking at the iPad,
Right.
getting yelled at. Please. I hate please. I'll pass on the fumbling this year, please.
You rebuke it.
Okay, we can move on, but
All
I
right.
don't think it's good for him, especially in a moment like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I don't think that it's good for him, but they are going to give him the opportunity during preseason, and I hope he's able to bounce back. But
Yeah, absolutely.
they're definitely trying to I think they definitely want this running back room they want to optimize his offensive line. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the ground. So, yeah.
All right. Speaking of offensive line,
Okay.
I hate to be all positive about defense and negative about offense, but that seems like that's the way we're going right now.
No.
The other reports we heard out of the practice were Terrence Steele was turned into Terrence Aluminum out there. What have you heard about that? Has that been going on throughout practice, or is that something that just got highlighted against the Rams yesterday?
I mean, Terrence is gonna lose some. Y'all. Like I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure it looked bad in comparison to, the fact that Tyler Guyton sounded like he had a pretty good day. Like he's the only person that seemed like well, actually, no, I'm not going to say that because it sounds like the interior offensive line had its spots, but his was noticeably rough. And that's kind of who Terrence is, but he helps you in the run game. I just feel like, and I think he does enough in pass protection that you're going to be okay. This offensive line can't be full of all pros, y'all. Like,
absolutely.
I don't know. I think that it's being a little overstated, personally. We know who Terrence Steele is. We know how he is. He is somebody that I think the best thing you can do for Terrence Steele is run the ball. It allows him to wear down on some of these speed rushers as well. He needs to be able to feel, and I think that helps him through the game. But yeah, he's always been a guy that's high in his pads a little bit. Can't get out of his block sometimes. Like he's just gonna have those moments, but it's not always gonna be like that. Like he's gonna lose reps, he's gonna win reps. He's good enough. He's good enough. He's good enough, y'all. Like I know he seems like you are the weakest link. I get it, but get off of Terrence, y'all. Leave him alone. Like who? Okay. So if not Terrence, who gonna do it? Who gonna do it?
That's always the question that nobody wants to answer.
Who gonna do it? Because ain't nobody else did it for like 3 years. So who, guys? When everyone has an answer, I would love to hear. Please, I would love to hear. I think they are gonna draft a tackle next year, but I would love to hear. Do you have any young offensive linemen that you think you see anything positive for, or have you heard anything positive
on this team?
Mm-hmm.
I love Drew Shelton. I think Drew Shelton may have the best feet of all the tackles on the team, but his strength is lacking.
He baby in the butt.
Yeah, I know. He has the athleticism, but they gotta put some sand in his pants. So
he baby in the butt.
He's gonna need a year and a half. But I love the feet.
Y'all talking about Terrence Steele? Do y'all know how hard it is to block Rashawn Gary? Y'all gonna find out. That man is crazy, y'all.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to curve right here. But yeah, his strength is very much so
Yeah.
lacking. Do you feel like it's more his? Is it core strength or is it his anchor or is it upper? Like, what is it to you? Because I can't put my finger on where he's weak. I know it's not he's just has no power. I'm trying to figure out if it's a balance issue.
Uh, Watching him play in college,
Mm-hmm.
I think you can attribute some of it to I don't want to say a lack of wanting to be physical,
Mm-hmm.
but when he blocked in college, it looked like just shield blocking. You know how when you
Yeah,
watch a guy and you're supposed to get to the second level, instead of finishing, you just kind of stand there and shield. That's a lot of what he does in run blocking.
that's what when North Carolina Awesome Richards,
Mm-hmm.
that was a lot of what he did. It
Yep,
was like
absolutely.
in the scouting world, I different people call it different things. I call it mirroring because it basically is the
Yeah.
same thing. It's you just stay in front of the guy
Right.
basically like you move just like that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, but yeah, I think that
He
that's
doesn't initiate. I think that's a good way to put it.
yes, and
Yeah.
no. these
Yeah.
these these dudes in the NFL gonna run through your face if
Absolutely. And
they
I
see
think that's
you
what
having
happens.
happy feet. They're
Yeah.
not gonna care about that. So I do think that is something that's gonna have to be taught, like you said, because that might have just been the technique he was taught. Truly, it might have just been he might have
Could have
literally
been.
just been taught like, hey, make them run the oop. Our
Mm-hmm.
guy is gonna step up in the pocket or he's gonna escape through the AV gap. Like make him go around. And some people be taught that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's acceptable sometimes, but it can't be the go to at tackle.
I still didn't see the strength in college though, so he definitely needs to get in the weight room some more.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So yeah, we're in a weird spot. I don't know. As we talk, like I'm sure, like when we talk about preseason, man, like the offensive line is going to be a big area of focus for me
Yeah.
personally. Yeah.
All right, so we're at 28 minutes. If you got 10 more minutes, let's go through a couple of
Oh,
position
we can
battles.
do. You good?
Okay. All right, great.
Yeah.
Also, guys, while we're here, thank you, Stephen White, Barbara Williams, Jeff Pop,
Hi,
Professor
Stephen.
O, Lee Harrison joined us. Thank you for joining. Amanda Foster, co-creator of DC Frail. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you tuning in. Again, if you guys have any questions, we got about 10 more minutes. So if you want to ask a question to Aisha, feel free to put it in the comments.
Yes.
So let's just go through a couple of the positions and I get your thoughts. I'm
Okay,
sorry. Did you
sorry.
say
I don't
something?
know what I did.
Oh, the focus
No,
went
I'm
out.
sorry. Yes, I think I moved too fast. Come on, figure your life out. We'll see.
We still got the audio.
Let me
We're
see.
good.
Okay,
All
cool.
right.
One
So
it's not.
no, that didn't help either.
Okay. It'll figure itself out, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Maybe it's the mic.
Is it? Oh, there
Look,
it is.
we're almost back. Yeah, it looks like it's focused on the mic more than you. That's what it looks like from my perspective. Maybe if you move the mic more towards you.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Maybe that's what it is.
It's getting a little better. All right, so let's go back to the defense because I know this is one of those positions you brought up, pass rusher. We know, for those of us who watch, we know what Gary is and what he'll do. But how's that other side looking? Is it Ezaraku's spot to lose, or have some other people been kind of stepping up and making a committee on that side?
I mean, it sounds like Sam Williams has had a couple of good showings, and it doesn't look like it's a fluke where he's understanding his responsibility. We know that he's played in a similar system before, so he's getting to do some of the things that he's accustomed to doing. I think he's put a lot of work into his body. He's matured in a lot of ways as well. So I think them signing him to a year deal, he's in a prove it year because he's looking to get a contract here or with somewhere else. Like he's looking to try to either prove Dallas wrong or prove somebody else right. So Sam Williams is somebody that I think has a shot to, be a part of the rotation. I think people. Can I say? I think that people are being a little extra about Malachi Lawrence.
That was my next question because you
Yeah.
don't hear a lot about him or see mentions of him on social media a lot. The only thing I've seen is them working on his false steps and his initial step. I haven't seen like practice stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think that he's just. They are trying to. Is it? Am I frozen right now? Can you see
You
me?
are, yeah.
My gatitos.
We got you back.
I don't know why I'm having had such a hard time. I think it's because of what I told you. But anyway,
Yeah,
um, but I think that he's oh yeah. My bad. Who are we talking about again?
Malachi
Oh,
Lawrence, and
Malachi.
we haven't seen much about him on Twitter.
This camera is throwing me. My bad. But Malachi Lawrence, they're trying to break habits,
Yeah,
and that naturally has him a little. I think a tick slower than what he normally is. Just and that's gonna be like that for a little while.
mm-hmm.
And they could do how a lot of people do and
Just
let him go play how he is
right,
and rely on his pure athleticism and God-given talent and
like we
just
did
let
with
him
Sam
go do
Williams for the
things.
first 2
Yeah,
years.
they could do that, or they could do what they're doing now, which seems slow and nerve-wracking to people because people are like, this is a first round pick and everything, and really knock this out. And we see the benefit of that, midway through the season, as opposed to have to see him go through a whole season of, well, why did he perform as good as we need him to? Oh, well, why is this? Because
Yeah,
the baby needs to break this habit because in the NFL, he's already lost. He's already lost the rep. Like,
mm-hmm.
it's different out here, man.
Yeah,
So they're trying to help him win now. And you see him apply it sometimes. Like he's getting in the backfield at times. He's showing his bend. He's explosive, but he is still learning. And that's why you have veterans in the room. So he can, kind of knock off some of the rest with some of this stuff and learn his position. So I think we're gonna see him in the rotation. I think that we will see him make plays, backside pursuit, all that stuff. But
yeah.
be patient with him, and I just don't want people to be ugly to him. It's gonna make me mad.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Well,
This camera's driving me nuts.
fans are gonna fan though.
Let me
Like you
see.
said before, first round pick, high expectations.
1 second. I'm gonna see if
No,
I
no
can
problem.
work
Go
this.
ahead.
Yes, I'm gonna see if I can work this because it's driving
Okay.
me nuts. Okay, it still hates me. So we're just gonna roll with it.
All right, we're almost done. So, a couple more questions. We brought up cornerback position earlier,
Mhm.
and what do you think Durant fits? Because it sounds like Bland's going to be outside, even though we all love him as the slot. How's that battle coming between Revel and him on the outside, and then with Downs in the slot so far in practice? How's that looking?
I mean, I think Downs is your starter. I do think that Revel is making it a little weird. I think that he's making the conversation of, who your starting outside corner is a little
Mm-hmm.
different. I think they trust Kobe Durant, obviously coming over from the Rams, playing in a similar system. I think his zone, you see his IQ in the decisions he makes and the
Mm-hmm.
risks that he takes. So I think as a with all the zone and to man transitions that Christian Parker is asking for, I think that he's a little more. He's obviously more comfortable doing those things than a Rebel right now. But Rebel's natural ability in the press is just insane.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of space he takes up, the way that he can really get up into like receivers and make them uncomfortable and affect their route and to
Yeah.
change where the ball placement needs to be. I just think his
And his
showings.
recovery is great too, from what I've seen
Yes.
in the
Oh
clips.
yeah, and that's something we were looking for, obviously, from him coming back from that ACL and being full speed now. And he also had like, the really, I guess he had like a hit stick tackle, which I was looking for from him because I'm looking for him. I think in a Christian Parker defense, you got to be able to tackle, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you a DB, you can't tackle like eight that seven, that old number seven we had.
Yeah.
Nah, couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Like if you can't tackle on this defense as a DB, you're not going to be able
Yeah.
to be out there. And so I think there's some edge there. So I think that's a real competition. I think we should definitely keep an
Oh,
eye on
okay.
who is going to be the starter opposite of Deron Bland, because Dallas wants to get the best out of their third round pick, who would have been a first round pick but was injured. Like
Mm-hmm.
if he's performing and looking like that guy, then I think that they would do. I think that maybe they would do that. But
Yeah.
I do think Kobe Durant has had a phenomenal camp, a consistent camp. And again, going up against some of the best in the game.
Yeah. Absolutely. That
Can't
always helps.
forget that. Can't forget he's not going up against any slouches in practice.
Right.
You know.
All right. Back to DN because
Mhm.
Matt had a question. Do you think the scheme change helps Sam or a guy like Justin Houston more?
James,
You meant James Houston,
James.
yeah.
I knew what he meant. It's kind of hard because of. I think that it would help Sam more, but it does help James Houston.
Yeah.
James Houston's. They're both not good run stoppers, really.
Right.
That's both not their game. It's not their game. I still think that I think Sam has more of an ability to be effective in the run. And I think that
Yeah.
James Houston has more of an ability to be good and as a pass rusher, and
Yeah.
that's mostly what I see him as. But as a run stopper, I don't see that. I think Sam could take a step forward with his body type and all of that stuff as a edge rusher or a run stopper in this scheme. I think he could play it better, and he's actually played it better at camp, from my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Sam has the edge there.
Yeah. I've been following Sam Williams since high school, and you'd be amazed how little he knew about football when he started.
Yeah,
he's just been a freak athlete his whole career.
Yeah, he didn't play until his junior year of high school, sophomore year of high school,
junior.
Yeah, he didn't start playing, so he's still. That's why I'm kind of the same way about Sam. Like I'm like, let's see if you can put it together, man.
Yeah.
You know, let's see if you can put it together. He had the injury. He's had to come back from that. You know, I think he's grown as a person.
Yeah.
So, you know, he and Nealon were close. And I think losing Nealon really feels like it's like catapulted him into really want to hone in on his, you know, career. So I want to see how he does. And I think Sam's going to benefit more when we get to the end of it.
I agree. Because he wasn't coached at junior college. He was just told to go out there and run.
Oh, I remember.
He wasn't coached at Ole Miss.
I know.
I went to Ole Miss, so I know a lot about him at Ole Miss, and he still was a top tier athlete. And I mean, we saw what our coaching staff did last year, and so you kind of know he's getting real coaching and teaching now, and hopefully it starts to pay off.
Yeah, I'm excited for him getting with BT Jordan and Marcus Dixon and those guys. I mean, that's also something that I've taken from camp, is that this is a coaching staff that really cares about development. This is a coaching staff that obviously we already know they care about teaching, and I think these guys are getting some of the best coaching they can get.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen White, Sam Williams is he plays outside. He's outside linebacker. He's not a 3 tech or a 9.
Yeah. They did move him inside sometimes to do not necessarily 3 tech stuff, but just to, you know, cause some mismatches and stuff, because he has that speed and explosiveness off the line that gives some guys on the inside some problems. Maybe that's something we see, but I think that he could be involved in the stunt game and things, but I think they're going to make him earn it in how he plays the run this year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're at 40 minutes. I don't want to hold you too much longer. I got 2 more position questions, and then we'll go out of here. Um, so Brevin Span Ford has been everybody's pet cat for 2 years, and it's pretty competitive at the tight end position. Now you add in everybody's new pet cat in Michael Trigg. How is this tight end position panning out? Are we gonna keep four? And if we do, is Schoonmaker a threat to be cut, traded?
Schoolmaker's gonna make the roster.
Okay.
Schoolmaker's gonna make the roster. He was one of my guys to watch coming into camp. I was very firm on the fact that I felt like he did not have the wiggle room to not come out and show up. And it just sounds like he's been steady. It hasn't been anything flashy, hasn't been anything super special, but adequate blocker, can catch the ball sometime. I think Dallas is gonna want to do a lot of heavy sets. They want three, three tight ends that can block.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that. And that we can talk about Lippy another time, but I think that it will end up being Brevis Bamford, Jake Ferguson, and Luke Schoonmaker. And with Trigg, I think they're still working. He still has work to do in becoming a tight end. This gentleman was a receiver.
Yeah.
And so there's tight end is complex, man. Like it's a so I think that he's still going through the learning curve of becoming a tight end, and then the blocking
yeah.
ability is something he still has to get stronger, like you were talking about, just his functional strength, all those things. He needs to still work it, but I know from talking to Lunda Wells that he really likes this player. So I expect for him to be, a practice squad guy or something like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna run with four. And
I
if
don't
they
either.
do, I don't think I do think that Justin Rogers has done some things, and I think you will see him.
Okay.
When you turn on the tape and see him after this preseason game, you'll see that he can do some things in the blocking game. He can do some things in the receiving game if they can get the ball to him. So, yeah, Justin Rogers is an interesting prospect as well.
Okay, I'll make a note of that one.
Mm-hmm.
I've been so focused on the other three guys, didn't think about that one. All right, so we talked about running back before. This one's for me. I don't know if you can answer this question or not, but I've been terrified of backup center.
Oh, I'm scared. I've been scared. I was scared when they let Brock go, and I understood why they let Brock go. I understood. I got it. But Brock saved your ASS last year. Your center had a serious ankle injury, and I'm telling you right now, I do not like TJ Bass as a backup center. I've
I
seen
agree.
him do some center things. It's not, and center is not something that we've even seen it with Cooper Beebe, as talented as he is, and I think he's going to take a step this year. It's a transition. It's not easy to go from not putting your hand in the dirt, making all the checks, calls, and all this stuff, and you got a busy quarterback. You got a quarterback that go up there and audible 18 times.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't have faith in TJ Bass, but I think he's a good swing guard. He's a decent swing guard. He's more than serviceable for an NFL game, yes. But center, the responsibility of that, absolutely not. They need to do something. Somebody do something. Write a letter.
Yeah, something.
I think it was it Hennessy who was the backup?
Yeah.
So losing him, and all the best to him. I know that he had a pretty serious injury that kicked him out for the rest of the season was a huge loss for Dallas that we haven't talked about. And they definitely, I hope they hunt for one, because I don't see anybody on the roster that I feel comfortable with at backup center. We struggling trying to figure out who backup tackle is. Backup center? Oh no.
Yeah, because when I look at who they signed, everybody is a converted guard. We don't have a true center on the team. And as somebody who plays center and guard, people don't understand how hard it is to have to hold the ball and then snap it and then block a guy that weighs 340 right in front of you. And he's full dug in, both hands in the dirt, coming full speed. That's a very tough assignment. And that's not even adding in all the mental parts that you talked about.
Matt, I have not heard much about Trevor Keegan either.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I don't.
I will ask. I will ask because I know that they have the second team offense has been able to get some plays downfield, and because Milton and them be flinging the ball around, so somebody
Uh-huh.
blocking somewhere. But from my understanding, it just has not been. I think the run blocking from the second unit has not been as good as the passing blocking, and the pass blocking has not been that great from my
Yeah.
understanding either. So I will ask Matt.
I appreciate that too. I don't like big centers. I think Trevor Keegan's like 6'6". I don't like centers that big. You need a low center of gravity. You need a low center of gravity to play that position because you're
Mm.
going against big nose tackles, and you got to snap the ball. And when you snap, your butt's going to come up a little bit to get the ball off,
And
and
if
you're
you
not
already
able to.
sit high, then you're
Right,
already too high.
you
Yeah.
lost already. So yeah, I like my center
Mhm.
6'2", 6'3", maybe 6'4". Once you get to 6'6", you're gonna have some serious problems at the center
You don't
position.
like that? Mm-mm.
No,
You don't
and
like
he's a
that?
converted guard too, so that's another knock against him.
Yeah, we got him from Philly. Yeah,
I think so. I think so.
it was Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure at the wire, I'm sure they are looking around at other people's practice squads and doing different things and stuff.
Yeah.
But you definitely have to address that. We don't know what's going on at tackle. They might need to do it at tackle too. Like I have no idea. I don't know
Mhm.
who I feel comfortable being the backup tackle for this team right now, and I'm not gonna feel comfortable until I get my eyes on them this weekend.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of this weekend, are
Mhm.
there any players you're looking forward to seeing in an actual game? Because it looks like we're not going to see any starters, so it's going to be all backups. Who are a couple of guys that you're going to be paying attention to see how they perform? I know we all going to be looking at the center, but who else are
Mm,
you kind of watching?
two receivers for me. I definitely want to see a little bit more of Anthony Smith. I will want to see Anthony Smith, Camden Brown, and Trayshawn Holden. Those
Okay.
three. I think that there is a real amongst those guys, and maybe Mingo if he's in the mix. I'm assuming, but those four guys, I really want to see. I want to see get after it. I want to see who's going to separate themselves because it's kind of been a oh, Trayshawn Holden has a decent day. Oh, okay, happy birthday to him, by the way. And then,
Mhm.
okay, well, maybe Camden Brown is the guy that's really been getting
With the
some
one-handed
attention
catches?
out there. Yeah, just his release is just insane.
Mm.
It's difficult, and that's why he has success in the red zone because he can win off the line so quick, and quarterbacks love a guy that can immediately win off the line. So Camden Brown, that's somebody I want to have a little bit more of a look at. Mingo, obviously, and I think he has a chance because we talked about some of the special team stuff. I think they like his bigger body, bigger
Mhm.
frame. But what is there a guy that has a frame like him on, but has a little bit more speed or whatever? So those receivers, that little group, I'm paying attention to. I'm gonna be looking at the running back position as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely.
Those young DBs, like the DBs, so many of them have made plays at camp and stuff. I'm gonna be looking for them, but running back and wide receiver for real. Like I know we supposed to be looking at the defense and stuff, but that's where my eyes are going immediately to start. What about you?
Oh, I really want to pay attention to the front. I like Tommy Dunn coming out of college.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see if that quick first step that he has for his size transitions. Uh I want to see LT Overton
A
because
little bit, yeah, because we haven't heard that much
yeah,
about him. Mm-hmm.
I didn't follow him at Bama, I'll be honest. So I'm looking forward to seeing, is he gonna be a 5 tech? Are they gonna try to stand him up a little bit? I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anybody else that really stands out? I want to see DJ Wingfield, the undrafted free agent that they got, the guard from USC. I really liked him coming out of college.
Mm-hmm.
He sat out a year, but he was extremely talented. So I want to see if he can find a way to slide into one of those 8 or 9 spots that we have on the offensive line.
Mm-hmm. And the
Jeff
tackles.
Jeff asked the question: has Nate Thomas regressed that much? Because before camp, we were hearing there was a competition.
Yeah, I was like, listen, I'm one of the people that I remember when Nate Thomas came out that draft. I watched quite a bit of tape on him as much as I could find from the Raging Cajuns.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I thought he had the potential to be a really good, middle of the pack, maybe below average pass blocker, but really good as a run blocker
Mm-hmm.
in the right scheme. And it just feels like his feet have always been a little bit slower,
Yeah.
not slow enough to where you see him and you think like, what was that gentleman's name? Dang, what was that guy's name?
He was
Matt
a tackle.
From Florida a couple years ago, that tackle that whose feet were just like she worst. But anyway,
The one that almost got Dak killed.
I don't know who it was. No, he was from Florida. Like he wasn't on our team. I can't remember
Oh,
who he is. But I think he was from Florida. But again, I think that Nate's feet just aren't. It wasn't Jazz. I don't know what, but
yeah.
his feet just to me have not progressed. They have not, and even his hand tech. It just seems like as guys get in the league, they get a little faster. Osiris Torrance. Yes. It's not Osiris Torrance feet.
No, he's not. He's not from Florida.
Where was he?
Osiris Torrance was from. Was it Baylor?
What? I thought it was Florida. It don't matter.
Maybe I'm probably wrong. I'll be honest.
It don't matter.
Yeah, he was from Florida. That's the right one. Sorry.
Okay. But yeah, the feet,
Yeah.
and his feet just they just have not improved. It's like there's times that guys run past him and he's still in his stance.
Mm.
I mean, like still in his stance, and because his feet aren't moving, it's like his hands aren't either. So his feet aren't reacting. His hands aren't reacting fast enough, and I just think he picked up some bad habits, unfortunately, along the way and stuff, and it doesn't feel like he has progressed in the position as he
Yeah.
should.
All right. Last question. I'll get you out of here. This one just popped up. Who looks like they're the leader for the backup quarterback position?
Oh, that is a very good one, man. I thought
Save
that
the best for last.
in talking to a couple of people in the building before training camp, touching base, I really was like, man, yeah, if they went to play a game today and they had to choose, it would be Sam Howell. But I think Joe Milton has done a lot of work in this offseason to really work on some of his patience, his touch, some of his pocket presence.
Yeah.
He has his times where he still does some fluky stuff and he's arrogant with his arm talent. But
That's a good way to put it.
I think the mental processing for him in practice has seemed like it's improved. We'll see how it is real time in a game setting. And I think that if he can show in preseason that he has developed, I think the job is his.
Okay.
I think the job is his. I think they have there's something about him that they like, really. Because like I said, I thought it would just be Howell, but
yeah,
I think they'll come out and see how things go. But please. Look at what he doing.
I see.
Look at what he doing. Sick.
Oh, he's one of those. Okay.
I'm not gonna go there today.
I'm not either. Yeah, we love you, man.
My camera's hating on me, and I'm not gonna go there with you today.
All right. So Aisha, once again, thank you for joining us. Wealth of knowledge. Really gave us a lot to take notes and look over as we go into our first preseason game. Before we get out of here, let the people know where they can find you at and where we can find you next and all your social media.
Oh yeah, of course. You can find me on Twitter at Iisha Morrison. That's Aisha with 2 I's. And I'm pretty cool for most parts, though. It might take me 3 business days, but I'll talk back and stuff and reply to comments and stuff. I have show that just dropped with Sky and I a couple hours ago. If you guys want to take a look at that, we're kind of just recapping yesterday's practice, and then I will be on the stack with Brian Broaddus and Zach Wolchuk on Friday. That'll probably air about Saturday. So yes, yeah, look out for me. So thank you so much for having me on. I'm grateful to come on here and talk with you guys.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate you working with me and us getting this set up. So had a special show today, special guest, special time. But as you guys know, you can always find me every Wednesday at 8:30 Central Standard Time for the Fifth Quarter Podcast. Next week, we will be doing a recap on week 1 of the preseason and looking ahead to week 2. So make sure that you guys join me for that. Once again, thank you everybody who commented. Great questions, great comments. You guys brought it once again. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And as always, let's go Cowboys. I'll see you guys next week. All right. Have a good night, Aisha.